Hey, John here. In this one, we're going to cover the lick you just heard. I'm going to give you some pointers on how to practice this in a better way than just simply repeating it over and over again. So stick around for that. And if you want tabs, you can check out the description below and you have all the info you need. All right, so this lick is in B harmonic minor, and that's the same thing as the B natural minor scale, but with a natural seventh instead of a flat seventh. So with that said, we start here on the 18th fret of the high E string, and the first picking sequence, once you know the first part, pretty much know the whole alternate picking part of this, because you just repeat it on the next set of two strings, the G and D string, and once again from the A string. So if you can just get through this, pretty much good to go. And this sequence is based on this Yngwie pattern that I use all the time. So numbering notes from left to right, 1, 2, 3. We play 3, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1. So there's a 6-note sequence. And then we move down to the 15th fret here and go down on both strings. So we got 15, 14, 12, 15, 14, 12. And 6 plus 6 is 12. And I notated this in 16th notes, so that means it's 3 beats for each of these picked sections. So what I mean by that is that you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So 3 beats, 1, 2, 3, and so on. And the note you should look out for here is the octave here, right? So you got the same note here, and same note here. So if you can find that, then it's exactly the same fingering, whoops, as well before. And we'll actually lead down to the same note again, down here on the 6th fret of the low E string. And this is where the diminished groups of 4 hybrid pick sequence starts. And basically it goes like this. And it's fairly easy to remember, because it's only 2 groups of 4 that you keep repeating in terms of the right hand pattern. And the left hand pattern is also pretty much the same. You just have to compensate for the difference in tuning here when you get up to the B string. But let's just start with the first group here. So we got 6, 9 on the E string, then we have 7 on the A string, and then we have 5 and 8 on the D string. And this is 2-1-2 arpeggio. So you have 2 notes, 1 note, and 2 notes. And then the sequence we do is down, hammer, M, A, and then down, M, A, hammer. Then you repeat that from this note. Exactly the same fingering, because we're still just using the strings that are tuned the same. Meaning it's a fourth in between each pair of strings. Then as we get up here to the D string, we have to compensate for the B string by moving it up a fret. But that actually makes it an easier pattern to play, because you don't have to do the stretch here. You just go, so you have, what's that, 8 and 11, 9, and then 8 and 11. And then you get a similar thing when you go up to the G string here. So you get 9, 12, 11, and then 9, 12. And again, the right hand pattern is the same, so. After that, I slide up to the 5th of the key, F sharp, this case, and then I bend it up a bit to the flat sig and go down B minor arpeggio. So bend this up to 15 and then back, and then you go 10, 12, 11, 7, 9, 9, 10, 7. And again, you have all the info on how to get the tabs in the description below if you need that. And if you put it all together, and don't do what I did at the end here, quite sloppy, but anyway, that's life. When it comes to practicing this, it's fairly easy. You can just do this one. It's a repeated pattern. And if you turn this into a sort of mechanical pattern only, basically what you do is that you take any fingering, in this case, let's try 1, 2, 4, and then you do the same sequence. So I have the 6-note sequence, and then I move it down a half step only and go down 6 notes. So what we're keeping intact here is the picking patterns. We got 6 notes and then 3 and 3. So that's a really effective way of moving things around if you don't want to go play exactly the same thing. And you can do that with 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 4, 1, 3, 4, and 2, 3, 4. So you can get a lot of practice out of this and just move it all over the fretboard while watching something fun on Netflix. Anyway, so it would sound like this with 1, 2, 4, and then you can figure out the rest for yourselves. So you see it's quite compact now. It sounds like shit, but it's really easy to move around compared to this, the actual thing. And it will work on the same synchronizations anyway if you go through the correct fingerings. And again, those would be, you can do it with 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 4, 1, 3, 4, and 2, 3, 4 if you want to be extra, hurtful against yourself. So anyway, that's all I have for today. If you have any questions at all, just post them below. If you want the tabs, again, you find all the info down below in the description. Other than that, have a great weekend and see you in the next video.